guys, Tierny here with a mystery crafting video from the Crafting Loft. So I guess you're wondering, what am I peeking up behind? It's one of my Dollar Tree inventions. Something that if you can't see me, it's because that's how amazing this Dollar Tree invention is. So I'm gonna unload in this video what's inside of these two boxes. Look how big this box is. Yeah, you can't even see me. So this is one of the most amazing inventions I've created. I've seen 1,000 videos done, spending lots of money, lots of time, and I was able to create something that you'll be able to utilize, take with you to craft shows, to make your jobs easier when you're using resin products. So stay tuned so you can see what my amazing Dollar Tree invention created. Stay tuned. All right, so what we have here is the top piece. It's definitely optional, but after talking with my husband, my amazing husbandly architect guy, we've decided to use that, and I'll explain why. So this is my UV lamp. It's 120 watts. I got it from Amazon. I'll stick the link below. You can get any UV lamp that you want. And honestly, I'm gonna test this out in the future, and I may do a video comparing this UV lamp in my UV light curing box versus the lesser wattage curing lights. So this was $1. I think it was a pack of 2 of this size of collapsible storage drawers. Many of you probably use these like on your shelves at home. You might even use these on, you know, cute bookshelves. I use them in our bathrooms to store our towels separately from our washcloths and our hand towels. I'm so particular about that. But that was $1. It was 2 for $1, I believe, at the Dollar Tree or your dollar store, whatever. And this box also was purchased at the dollar store. Inside, you'll see a mirror that I got from the dollar store. And this is just plain cardstock or white copy paper, less than a penny a piece, 4 sheets of that. That's all that you see. I think I even used repurposed some Velcro strips to adhere the mirror to the side of the inside, which we'll go through in the video. Again, I'm just walking through what this box is. Now you can see me. And then I have inside, for the base, a aluminum foil wrapped, or you could put a mirror. I'm sure that costs more, but I had just my regular old box of aluminum foil, and I just did nothing fancy. You know, it's just simple stuff with a piece of hard cardboard that I just got from like a package, a bottom of a box. I know you guys shop at Amazon, so I'm sure you got tons of boxes folded up somewhere. You can use that, measure it to fit, you know, the base of your box. We're gonna walk through that as well. Now, how do I get it to cure? I'm using a turntable. Now this, I believe, is the most pricey thing, and it was like maybe $5, $5.99 on Amazon, and it's really neat. I use these for displaying items that I'm selling, that I want to showcase, candles usually, and it's got a turnstile on it, and it turns and turns, and that's what I stick my pull noodle with my pencil grips that I've adhered. My pencil grips, I think I got for like $2 on Amazon. And inside, I use eraser toppers I got from the Dollar Tree. I got like a pack of 20, I think for like 20, a pack of 20 is like $1 and some change at the dollar store. And I use that for my shorter pens that I want to cure. And I just stick a little small wooden dowel. You get these at the Dollar Tree, a pack of 50 for $1. And I just poke my stick inside of my pencil topper, my eraser, and then I stick it inside, so that way the shorter pens will be able to turn freely. Okay, so we're going to walk through how to create this box. Okay, So what I've done is kind of pre-created. These things are so easy to put together. I'm just using some regular cardstock for the inside of the wall. I got a dollar store collapsible storage container. I don't even know if this was a 1-pack or a 2-pack. This is the inside of the box, and it typically goes inside like this, but we're going to take that out for now because that's going to give us a support so that we can put our UV lamp over top of it. We're going to use, I just have this as a template from one that I've made previously. As you can see, it's just real rough, fussy cut. It does not have to be fancy, guys, because you're going to use this as your template to cut the hole out in your support piece. You're going to also use this template to cut out a hole in the top of the box. Sorry for that bounce. I had accidentally hit the camera stand. So I'm going to use that too. I'll use probably a Sharpie marker to cut that piece out. Put that to the side. And then the walls, on the sides of the walls, it's got some cardboard support, but I wanted more of a white reflection. So what I did is I measured out the sides. I cut out strips to make sure that each side of the inside of the box is covered. And I just used some duct tape, clear packing tape, to tape the pieces together. And you see, nothing fancy, guys, right? This is just a quick job. This can be done literally in 10 minutes if you have all of your supply. So you take just a regular 8x11 piece of cardstock. It's just that 65-pound weight. It's not that 100-pound weight. And then I took my paper trimmer and sliced 4 pieces. And what I'll do is I'll show you how I did it because I already have 3 of them already created. And so all I did is I line it up. Try to do that as even as you can. I get my packing tape. Yeah, the beauty of acrylic nails is trying to find your edge on your tape roll. I should have had this rolled up for video time's sake, but I didn't. So what I do is I just go straight out. Sorry for the loud squeak. And ooh, see, it's just kind of funny how it doesn't want to cooperate when you just, and that's how I get the wrinkles. But to make sure that it doesn't bow on the sides, I also just kind of make it a little bit longer than the front, because I'll just wrap it around to give it just a little bit more support on the other side. This packing tape is no joke. It's sticking to like everything. Yeah, see, I've got some pieces of another paper, but it like I said, guys, it does not have to be pretty. This can be on the inside of my box. Okay, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 supporting to help support the sides and to give that extra reflection. And then I also took just a piece of just cardboard that I used, and I covered it with aluminum foil. I made the mistake for this one by covering both sides. It really doesn't have to be both sides, guys. You can just use just some, and I used just some regular old store-bought aluminum foil, and I just use my white line tape to make sure it sticks. And the foil, it's really generous with how it gives a lot of forgiveness, and it's generous of how it molds to the cardboard. And this is going to be at the bottom of it, and that's where you'll this is the bottom of your box. This is where you'll place your spinning object. Is this spinning? Yes. And then I have my noodle, my pull noodle with the extra pencil grips. I resin those down with my UV. I took a flat piece of thick corrugated cardboard, and I used my E6000 and just made it so that way there's no wibbly wobbly action going. And because these are smaller, I use the pencil grips to hold the pencil up with the pencil eraser. Oh, got a text message. Sorry for that. All right, so now it's time to get down to business. We've got our base. Like I said, you cover this with some aluminum foil. we are going to cut out our template for the support on the inside. So I'm just going to take my pencil, and like I said, this does not have to be nice and neat. No one's going to see this, but I'm just particular with how I do things. And I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut that all around. And then after I'm done cutting this, I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the top of the box, which is essentially the bottom of the box if you were using it at home for something. As you guys see, it's just still a rough cut. It's nothing big. It's nothing major. All right, and now I'm going to take my box here. Let's see if we can just back it up a little bit so that you can actually see the cut. Okay, sorry for all the bouncing around, guys. I really want to let you guys see this in the camera. I don't want it to fall out of the holster. All right, there we go. All right, so with this, I would just take my template here and use a marker. I don't have my Sharpie. My husband uses them all the time, and then I can't find them. But in this case, because it's like kind of bowing, maybe I'll go on the inside. That might make it a little bit easier. Yeah, that is way easier. I'm learning through the video. Look at that. I'll put this underneath because I don't want to make any marks. I don't know if my chameleon pen will seep through. But I'll just go ahead and make my line. I wonder if I'll be able to see this marker through the blue after I'm done. I doubt it. It's not a Sharpie. These chameleon pens are no joke. I can even put a link to these. Alright, so once you do that, then you take your scissors and you cut this circle out. So I think this is, let me see, can I see it on this side? Ah, I can see it through here. Well, kind of. Let's see. I'll cut as much as I can see. How about that? Yeah. Okay. I'm bouncing the camera around today. Bounce your camera around day or something around here, huh? Alright, so that's done. Now we've cut our hole out for the UV light to sit. So what I like to do is, I'm not going to put this on the outside. I'm going to stick this base part on the inside. And I'm going to let the white side show, because the more white, the more it will reflect. Alright, now I'm going to, keep hitting the camera, sorry. I'm going to take my Tim Holtz mini stapler, and I'm going to staple this down on the inside so that on each of the four corners, and then I'm going to go back and just put some extra on the as far out as I can go. Oh, we're out of staples. I did, but you get the gist. So you go all around for your staples. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this Dollar Tree item off. All right, so now you see you've got your hole. Now I'm going to back up the camera just a little bit more so that you can see how this is going to look on the inside here. All right, thanks for bearing with me. All right, so now, remember, this is still upside down. This is not the final version, because this foil piece that we talked about covering earlier, first step, that's the base, believe it or not. All right, so now we're taking our sheets of cardstock that we created and we're looking to see which side they go on. So in this case, you're going to lift up the inside so it's tucked there. You kind of want this to be flush. And let me get my scissors, my stapler. I got another one here I can use. So, oh, it didn't work. What's going on? Oh, this one's acting funny. Oh, this one's not taking staples either. And now I have some. Yep, here's some staples right here. Maybe I should have thought about putting some staples into my stapler before starting the video, but you've all been here, I'm sure. You can probably see. This thing is like my favorite thing. I'll put a link to this too, because this stapler is like my favorite of all time. So these staplers are so tiny, but they make such a powerful statement on all of my projects. When I say I use the stapler for almost everything in my life because it has a purpose, it's like I broke one time because I pulled this back too far. So you got to be careful. But I'm going to tell you, when they were out of stock, I thought the world was about to end. Yeah. First world problems, as they call it. All right, so let me just go ahead and remove this old staple that was in there. And now I'm going to staple each edge of the box. And you see it bowing. If you see it bowing in there, just push it down. And that base is going to help keep it down as we go around. All right, let's see. Where's the other papers? All right, same thing. We're going to line it up. And since we have the tape up here, you know how particular I am. I want it to kind of look uniform. I'm going to do the same with this side and have that tape kind of showing. And now I'm going to knock the camera again. Okay, I gotta make sure I do that. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And just tuck that inside. So you're going to do all four corners. Just know each side of this box is not the same size. So the side pieces that fold in normally, that one, it has to go to its side. And you may have to trim some off the top. You just might have to. And in this case, we do. So in this case, what I would do is make a line on it. Oh, don't forget to knock the camera. All right, and then I would take my paper trimmer and trim that off. So let's get the paper trimmer. And because we've got this tape on here, I'm going to put this on the bottom of the box, which was essentially going to now be the top. But I'm going to put that bottom first as we put this in here because, you know, I like how this corner of this tape is helping support this cardstock in there. So what I'm going to do is the part we just cut, even though it's still taped, it's just not rounded. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that in first. Yeah, that's perfect. Now it's flush. Now I'm going to take my awesome stapler, go from side to side. And you're probably wondering why I'm not going in the middle yet. I just want to make sure that this is right all the way. Then I'll go back to each side and make sure that I've got enough for, and this is, yeah, this is the side I need. Up. Make sure that this is exactly how it is. Otherwise, I'm going to have to rip this out and make more holes. And I don't want to do that. I don't. Uh-oh, here comes my British accent. I just don't. I don't want to. All right, so far so good. I am concerned a little bit with this bowing down here, but I also think that's because I haven't stapled this down quite good enough. But because I initially ran out of staples. So I'm going to go ahead and finish stapling around the edges in the middle. Make sure this doesn't go anywhere. I'm also going to do the same for the inside of this because I only got, so I'm going to go all around, all on the inside as far as my stapler will let me. And as you can tell, look how far I can go in with this awesome stapler. I know I should have did this video called how to use my Tim Holtz stapler, mini staples, but I get a little staple happy. That's probably why I run out of staples so quickly. All right, so that's enough staples, Tierny. Well, is it? All right, so now we've got our box. Look at that. Look at that. So you can do one of two things. You can buy a mirror and stick it in there, or you can go as far as covering a piece of cardstock like this with, I'm going to move the box out of the way and we'll come back to it real quick. Or you can take a piece of cardstock like this and cover it with some foil, which I'm about to show you. Because the other box I made prior, and it doesn't have to be a big piece, right? You can just cut it like this. I like to take my white line tape, like I'm doing an album cover or the binding of the albums that I make, the mini albums that we make out of the cardstock and corrugated cardboard. So I typically would just do this, and then because there's so many covers, I'm not sure if this will, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it as is. And what I would do is I would take all of my tape off. Again, the case of the acrylic nails, it just doesn't give you any love if you haven't tacked that baby down with something like my Fun Stamper's Journey tool. Jeez, this thing is stuck good. And I got this white line tape, I believe, from scrapbook.com for free when they were doing giveaways. You know, you just buy one thing and you get like a bunch of stuff for free. And so that was one of the items. I've gotten so many things off of scrapbook.com for free just by placing like a 99-cent order for something. Okay. See how I was just immediately trying to do that? I did that to the other one. I think that's how I did a double-sided with this one. That's what happened. I was wondering how I did that. Okay. So anyways, so I'm going to miter my corners so that I don't have any overlapping. And this can be rough too, guys. Like when I say there's no measurements needed for this project, you just use what you've got at home to do this. Of course, I ordered like the turning piece, which is to me a great investment if you're trying to market your business anyway, because you can even use that sucker for craft shows. So now I'm just going to go in just as if I were wrapping a present or anything like that. All right, so it's up to you if you want to cover this up or tack it down some more, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more tape on here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my mirror in my UV box. I've seen videos where they've done the entire box in mirror. I've seen videos where they've done the entire box in UV light strips. I don't have all that, so I just use what I've got here at the house. All right, almost done, I think. All right, let me bring my baby box back as I bump again. You can pick any side that you want. I'm going to probably do this side. I like one of the longer sides better. And I'm going to just stick it in here. It's not even straight, but it's okay. It's going to do its job. It's going to give me that reflection that I'm looking for. All right, so guess what? We are about done. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put in, first I'm going to put my base down because it's time to start rolling. So I'll do it this way. Then I will put my turning tool. Then I'll put my pens that I'm trying to And you don't have to just do pens and pencils like I do. You might have resin pieces. You might have some 3D resin pieces that you use, whatever. And you don't even probably have to put it on a turner. It's just, I'm so used to putting my stuff on turners. That's just what I want to do. And I know a lot of people that I craft with, they do too. So again, it's up to you how you want to do that. I am going to place my box over top. Fit that baby over there. Uh-oh, I knocked it over. All right. And so we've got that. Now we need the UV light. And we're going to stick that. This is one of those times I might actually invest in a cordless UV light. I see them everywhere when I go to the nail salon. But in this particular case, you see how that works? Look at all of that. Look at all that reflection. It has no other choice but to harden and dry quick. All right, and like I said, my husband had such a fantastic idea with another Dollar Tree collapsible box. See this hole that I'm in? I can easily just go like this, and I've got even more coverage. All right. So that's that. Here is your image. This is our UV light. This is how we created it. It's not shoddy at all. And I'm getting ready to test it out to make sure that nothing goes awry. But, you know, from the previous things that I've done, it was amazing. The products I had dried quick. And I don't have to worry about my stuff not being straight, my epoxy or my resin being drippy. So it gets done quick at a nice flow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any other tips or hints that you guys might think I could have did differently, or anything that you may want to share that you've done. I look forward to seeing those responses. And unfortunately, I won't be raffling anything off on this one. If you're interested in the type of resin that I use the Mr. Resin. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the fast hardening resins that I've used for small projects. Of course, I use different brands for my epoxies, but I typically like to use my Mr. Resin for my pens and things of that nature. And I'm going to do a video on how to do a epoxy resin writing utensil, whether it be a pen, a pencil, or what have you. So I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Invite your friends over. You know, I'd like to get my numbers up. I've been doing this for a while, and I'd love to see you guys invite some folks over to possibly give me a little bit more motivation to do some videos that are crafty. But thanks again for looking in at the Craft and Loft video, and we'll see you on the next one.